BGMC. The biblical truth lives here.
We are living in a time like no other in history, but fortunately for us, God wrote it all down in His prophecies. Find out what prophecies happened this week ripped straight from the headlines. Stay tuned for the Prophecy Headlines news show on the Remnant's Call.
Lots of interesting stuff in the news this week.
Muchas cosas muy interesantes en las noticias de esta semana.
Going on to the next slide, our first news story from the land of Israel.
Vamos a la primera historia desde la tierra de Israel.
Okay, the Jews are going home.
Los judíos están regresando a casa.
Because with so much upheaval in the world, anti-Semitism is very high around the globe.
Con los levantamientos globalmente, el antisemitismo también ha incrementado.
Last year, at this time, there were 424 people making Aliyah to Israel.
El año pasado habían 424 personas que estaban regresando a la casa en Israel.
This year it has doubled. This same time, from last year to this year, it doubled.
En este año la inmigración a Israel ha doblado, o sea, duplicado.
Over 800 Americans have moved to Israel this past month.
814 americanos han inmigrado a Israel este mes.
God is calling His people home.
Dios está llamando a su gente de vuelta.
Okay, some 60,000 Jews from America have already moved this year.
Son 60,000 norteamericanos, judíos norteamericanos que han regresado a Israel.
Going on to the next story. This is why Bethlehem teaches the Torah to everybody.
Por esta razón es que Bethlehem enseña la Torah a todos.
The rabbis make up some really silly rules.
Los rabinos han hecho unas reglas tan tontas.
Okay, here's one of the rules.
Esta es una de las reglas.
That the modern day Talmudists are reading, not the psalmists, the Talmudists.
Que el Talmud del actual está leyendo.
If you're a hunchback, somebody who walks over with a hunch,
si eres jorobado,
you have to stand up straight when you walk by a church.
Tienes que pararte recto cuando pasas por una iglesia.
If you have lice,
si tienes
in your hair,
piojos,
you can't kill them on Shabbat.
no los puedes matar en Shabbat.
Huh? Hebrew newspapers must not be read on the toilet on Shabbat.
Los periódicos hebreos no se deben leer en el excusado en Shabbat.
But English newspapers can be.
Pero los periódicos ingleses sí se pueden leer.
So if you're sitting on the toilet on your phone,
si estás sentado en el baño con tu teléfono,
you can't read haaretz in Hebrew, but you can read it in English.
No puedes leer haaretz en hebreo, pero en inglés sí lo puedes leer.
This is some of the rules they're making.
Esta es una de las reglas que están haciendo.
Another rule they made.
Otra regla que hicieron.
Jews must not donate organs to a Gentile.
Los judíos no deben donar órganos a un gentil.
But you can receive organs from a Gentile.
Pero sí puedes recibir órganos de un gentil.
You can't receive any organs at all.
No puedes recibir órganos del todo.
Because it's got blood in it.
Porque tiene la sangre dentro.
Okay. It is permissible to degrade a woman on a kosher bus line.
Es permitido degradar a una mujer en una línea de autobuses kosher.
I thought you're supposed to love each other as you love yourself.
Yo pensé que debías amarte como ti mismo.
Let's go on to the next story.
Vamos a la siguiente historia.
Tristan, can you make it 73 up front, please? Okay, this is a story this is illegal, this next story.
Esta historia es algo ilegal.
I don't care what you think the reason is.
No me importa cuál sea la razón que creas que es.
If you live in a free society, a democratic society or a republic,
si vives en una sociedad republicana o demócrata libre,
you're not to track anybody.
Tú no debes estar espiando a nadie.
So the committee of the Israeli government has said the Israeli government has to stop.
Entonces el gobierno israelí debe detenerse.
What is the purpose of tracking and there is no good reason?
¿Cuál es el propósito de perseguir? Porque no hay ninguna razón obvia.
If we're going to track us, and if you're going to have the information about us,
Si vas a tener la información de nosotros,
then we should be able to have all the information about you.
entonces nosotros deberíamos tener toda la información acerca de ti.
Let's go on to next slide. End time prophecy news. Please pay attention to what's going on.
Profecía de fin de los tiempos, pon atención a lo que está sucediendo.
The first news story is about the prophecies from John 17, verse 14, Yochanan 17, verse 14. Yeshua said you're going to be hated.
La primera historia es profecía, es odiados del Evangelio de Juan capítulo 17, versículos 14.
You're going to be hated for following him.
Van a ser odiados por seguirlo a él.
In the country of India,
En el país de India,
some Hindu nationalists hacked a 14-year-old teenage boy to death. They cut him apart.
okay.
Chopped him apart.
Un nacionalista hindú mató a hachazos a un cristiano, un niño de 14 años,
Just for being a Christian.
solo por ser cristiano.
It's getting crazy out there, people.
Se está poniendo loco afuera.
Just, you had to kill a 14-year-old boy
Mató a un niño de 14 años
because he was a Christian.
porque era un cristiano.
Your God is that weak? Your God is that weak?
¿Tu Dios es así de débil?
Don't worry. Our God's going to chop you up too. He's going to put you in the fire.
No te preocupes, que nuestro Dios te va a hacer pedazos y te va a poner en el fuego.
Let's go on to next story.
Siguiente historia.
This really made my blood boil.
Esto realmente me hizo hervir la sangre.
You know, in Las Vegas they have a lot of casinos.
Sabes que en Las Vegas existen bastantes casinos.
You know, in New Jersey we have a 50-person limit here.
Aquí en New Jersey tenemos un límite de 50 personas.
In the casinos, you can go gamble with hundreds and hundreds of other people.
En los casinos puedes ir a estar apostando con mucha gente.
In Nevada, in Las Vegas,
En la ley de Nevada,
you can go gamble away your money in a casino under one roof.
puedes ir a estar apostando en los casinos de Nevada y bajo el mismo techo.
But in the same state of Nevada,
Pero en el mismo estado de Nevada,
you can only have 50 people at a church.
solamente pueden haber 50 personas en la iglesia.
Something doesn't look right here.
Esto no se ve bien.
Going on to the next slide.
Vamos a la siguiente diapositiva.
Droughts are man-made because of sin.
Las sequías son causadas por el hombre por causa del pecado.
Let me say that again. Droughts are man-made because of sin.
Las sequías son causadas por el hombre por causa del pecado.
Because in Deuteronomy 28 verse 17, the Lord said, I'm going to stop the rain.
En Deuteronomio 28:17 el Señor dice que va a parar la lluvia.
And he has in the country of Ireland.
Y lo ha hecho en el país de Irlanda.
Recently, Ireland voted to be able to have abortions.
Recientemente Irlanda votó para tener acceder a los abortos.
To legalize abortion.
Legalizó los abortos.
So you know what God did?
¿Sabes lo que Dios hizo?
He turned off the water.
Él quitó el agua.
They're having their worst drought since 1976.
Están teniendo la peor sequía desde 1976.
You want to kill the baby?
¿Quieres matar a los bebés?
The Lord's going to kill you.
El Señor te va a matar a ti.
Slowly.
Lentamente.
Going on to the next news story.
Vamos a la siguiente historia.
It's time to get out of New Jersey
Es tiempo de salirse de New Jersey,
because they're officially going to start doing the mark of the beast.
porque oficialmente van a comenzar con la marca de la bestia.
Okay? In Revelation 13 verse 16 and 17,
En Apocalipsis 13, versículos 16 y 17.
Yeshua tells us about the mark of the beast.
Yeshua nos habla de la marca de la bestia.
Going on to the news story, this is very important for everybody to know.
Esta es una ley que ustedes deben saber, es muy importante.
The bill AA 4170
La ley A4170
came out of committee on Thursday.
fue aprobado del comité el jueves.
They're now going to start tracking you through your Bluetooth.
Ahora van a comenzar a perseguirte con tu Bluetooth,
Because they say it's for this fake COVID.
porque dicen que es a causa de este COVID falso.
And it is a fake virus.
Y es un virus falso.
People are sick, big deal.
La gente se enferma. ¿Cuál es el problema?
And they say that 13,000 people in New Jersey have died.
Y dicen que 13,000 personas murieron en New Jersey.
They failed to tell you that 50% of those people were 80 years and older.
Fallaron en decirte que la mitad de ese número eran gente de edad alta de 80 años.
And they were in long-term care facilities.
Y estaban en lugares que eran de cuidados
They
de
don't tell you
largo
that.
tiempo. Eso no te dicen.
So something stinks here.
Algo apesta aquí.
Something is demonic here.
Algo es satánico aquí.
And the New Jersey governor said, if you don't like it, you should leave. And we are.
Y si el gobernador de New Jersey dijo, si no te gusta, puedes largarte, pues nos vamos a ir.
Going on to next news story.
Vamos a la siguiente diapositiva.
And this one's, why do you need the police in the first place?
¿Por qué necesitas la policía en primer lugar?
In Proverbs 29, verse 18,
En Proverbios 28, versículo 19,
It said-
18.
people without a prophetic vision, meaning the Torah, throw off all restraint.
Proverbios 29, 18, la gente sin visión profética, la Torah, quitan todos los límites.
Going on to the news story. The Prince George County in Maryland
El condado de Prince George en Maryland
is, for the coming school years, removing all the police officers from their schools.
está removiendo a los oficiales de policía de sus edificios.
Why did you need the police officers in the first place?
¿Por qué necesitan los oficiales de policía de primera?
Because the children are not taught properly.
Porque a los niños no les han enseñado correctamente.
So now you don't have any police officers in the schools.
Ahora ya no vas a tener oficiales de policías en las escuelas.
Who's going to stop this student from beating up the teachers?
¿Quién va a detener al estudiante de evitar que golpee al maestro?
They don't tell you those statistics.
Ellos no te dicen esas estadísticas.
Teachers getting beaten up in school has skyrocketed.
Los maestros siendo atacados en las escuelas, los números han incrementado.
And now they're not going to have any police officers in the schools.
Y ahora no van a haber oficiales de policías en las escuelas.
You might want to rethink this
Quizá quieras volver a
and
pensar.
come to our BLM meeting.
Y ven a nuestra reunión de los BLM.
Going on to the next prophecy.
Siguiente profecía.
You know, people have left the congregation because I used the word stupid.
Mucha gente se ha ido a la congregación porque yo he utilizado la palabra estúpido.
Stupid is a biblical term.
Estúpido es un término bíblico.
In Psalm 92 verse 6 it said, stupid people can't know.
En Salmo 92, versículo 6 dice, la gente estúpida no sabe.
The news this week has been amazing.
Las noticias de esta semana han sido sorprendentes.
Going on to news story.
Vamos a la siguiente historia.
There you see a really fun children's show called Paw Patrol.
Vemos este show de niños que se llama Paw Patrol.
The idiots out there, the left-wing liberal morons that don't have jobs,
Los liberales demócratas derechistas que no tienen empleo.
they got Nickelodeon runs this show called Paw Patrol.
El canal Nickelodeon es el que transmite esta serie de Paw Patrol.
Because one of the characters in the cartoon, which is very good, the cartoon is wonderful,
Uno de los personajes en estos dibujos que me gustan
is a police officer.
es un oficial de policía.
So why don't you make your own new cartoon?
¿Por qué no haces tus propios dibujos?
Why don't you make a cartoon with Karl Marx, Stalin, Lenin, and Castro?
¿Por qué no haces tus propias caricaturas con Castro, con Stalin, con Karl Marx?
And you can make them all dogs.
Y puedes hacer los perros tontos.
But they canceled the show because one of the characters is a police dog.
Cancelaron este show porque uno de los perritos es un oficial de policía.
You people are stupid.
Ustedes, gente, son estúpidas.
Going on to the next news story.
Próxima noticia.
In Deuteronomy 28, verse 22, the Lord said he's going to send sickness.
En Deuteronomio 28, 22, el Señor dice que mandará enfermedad.
Okay, so let's talk about sickness in the news story. Next story.
Hablemos de la enfermedad.
Even Dr. Briggs, the lady from the White House,
Incluso el doctor Birx de la Casa Blanca
She says that she can't trust the CDC, the Center for Disease Control.
Dice ella que incluso ella no puede confiar en el centro de control de enfermedades.
She said on a news report that the numbers are inflated, the COVID-19 numbers are inflated.
Ella misma dijo que los números de COVID-19 han sido exagerados.
Okay, and the CDC is responsible for inflating the numbers by a minimum 25%.
Y la CDC han sido responsables de incrementar los números por más de un 25%.
If she's saying 25, I'm saying 75.
Si ella dice 25, yo voy a decir 75.
If they're going to lie a little bit, they're going to lie a lot.
Si van a mentir un poquito, van a mentir mucho.
Going on to the next news story. Matthew 24, verse 7 talks about war.
Mateo 24:7 habla de la guerra.
Everybody should definitely pay attention to these types of stories.
Todos deberían poner atención definitivamente en estas historias.
Especially if you live in Los Angeles. Going on to the next slide.
Especialmente si vives en Los Ángeles.
Because the police were not doing their job,
Porque la policía no está haciendo sus trabajos.
murders soared 250% this week.
Los homicidios han incrementado a 250%.
Shootings soared 56%. I thought you can't have a gun in California.
Los ataques de disparos han incrementado a 56%. Yo pensé que no podías tener armas.
See, not that the police are perfect,
Ahora que la policía está perfecta.
but without the police,
Pero sin la policía,
then the gangs take over.
la policía no es perfecta, pero sin la policía,
Like-
las bandas van a apoderarse del país.
Like the Bloods or the Crips, right?
Como los Bloods o los Crips.
All you Spanish people know the Bloods, the Crips, Latin Kings.
Todos ustedes saben acerca de los Bloods, los Crips y los Latin Kings. ¿Sí?
They're not very nice, right?
No son buena gente.
I don't think the Latin Kings are following Torah.
Yo no creo que los Latin Kings están siguiendo la Torah.
So in Los Angeles, homicides soared 250%.
En Los Ángeles los homicidios han incrementado a 250%.
This is a godless world, everybody.
Este es un mundo sin Dios.
Let's go to that. That's enough for the news.
Eso es suficiente por las
If
noticias.
you're out there, please hit the doggone donate button.
Si estás afuera, por favor, presiona el botón de donar.
And those are the...
Shalom. My name is Messianic Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman, and I invite you to come to visit our congregation. If you are in the tri-state area, come out and visit with us on Shabbat. We are a congregation of Jews and Gentiles, living as one in the Messiah Yeshua. BGMC is a place of true worship. The focus never wanders from the Hebraic roots of our faith. That Goyim is rooted in the Word of God from Bereshit through to the book of Revelation. Messiah's strong words against man-made tradition are carefully recorded in Matthew 7. That is the reason we only follow the straight-up instructions found in Scripture. Truly, the way, the truth, and the life. If you're looking for a deeper walk with Adonai, come out for our Tuesday evening Bible study called Messianic Torah Time. Come, spend a day with us on any Shabbat. We start at 11 a.m. with the sound of the ancient Hebrew shofar. Next, we offer our King praise and worship in English, Hebrew, and Spanish. After worship, we review the headlines in the previous week's news from around the globe, especially news from the Holy Land, Israel. We don't just list the news headlines as current events, but we comb through the scriptures, searching for clues to understand what they mean and then to help pinpoint prophetically our current position on Adonai's clock. After digesting all that modern information, we leave the world behind as we journey with our Adonai deep into his eternal word, not with just one or two scriptures, but usually 7 or more scriptures. The spiritual nourishment and the richness of his kingdom become accessible to the ones who share this special time and seek them out. The day does not end there. Because Shabbat is so special to him, there is always so much more that our King desires to share. So instead of separating and leaving, we stay together as a family for potluck lunch and an afternoon study of our King's Word. We close the Shabbat together with the reading of the new week's parashah. That's the Torah portion. Even after those blessings, Many of us just can't get enough. So the members bring prepared homemade foods to share while we all enjoy an uplifting movie together. If all that information is not quite enough, you can check out our website where you will find over 200 video teachings and biblical holy day studies. Under Messianic Torah Time, the Hebrew Roots button, you'll discover free studies on many different topics, including PowerPoint slide presentations. If Beth Goyim sounds like a place you'd love to visit, but you live outside the tri-state area, there is still a way to connect with us. We stream live on the internet on Tuesday, Thursday, and Shabbat. The website is www.bethgoyim.org. That's BETHGOYIM.org. Our phone number is 973-338-7800 or 978-2-YESHUA. That's 978, the number 2, Yeshua. Shalom.